Hi, so I'm going to be giving a presentation for professional ethics to you this evening. As you can see, I will be using a Prezi, and while we watch, I'll narrate the presentation. Here we go. We're starting out with the front screen saying we're going to be going over professional ethics. Excuse me. Professional ethics include plagiarism, copyright, right to privacy, materials challenges, and internet ethics. Basically, plagiarism is when you're trying to say that someone else's work is your own, and usually to combat plagiarism, you can do a works cited, you can do a bibliography, you cite what inside whatever you're working on. And here's a quick picture infographic of when you should and shouldn't cite. Some consequences of plagiarism can be different. When a professional commits plagiarism, the stakes are even higher. They can end their career, they can be asked to leave their job, they can be fired, and usually it's really hard for them to get a job in the same field. For students, it's very different. They can fail a course, they can fail the assignment they're working on, they can be asked to resign from whatever position they have, or they can also be thrown out of school or sent home if they're on a camp or if they're at a study abroad. And as you can see, I have my own citations here, so I'm not plagiarizing. Next, we're going to talk about copyright. And we've got a video to watch, and I think it's really cute, and I hope you do too.
If you take it from me, I'm a user and I'm making my own creatively, inspired by the things I hear and see. Face to see, your fans are
So basically, copyright is not just for the owners, but it is for everyone and promotes intellectual creativity. And some consequences of copyright infringement can be found at this link, which is provided by Purdue University, and you can go read those on your own. Next, we're going to the right to privacy. Basically, the right to privacy is not a straight out right from the Constitution, it's implied. And it just means that it's your right to be left alone and then not be interfered with. For adults, it means just that. It's your right to be left alone and to make decisions on your own, and also to have your identity safe. For students, they have less rights in a public school setting because we can search them individually, we can question them individually. When we break their right to privacy is when we say, okay, well, we heard that someone has drugs, so we are going to check all of your lockers. That we cannot do. Everyone has the right to control their own privacy, and in that case, students would be allowed to say no. Just like everyone has the right to control what they put online about themselves, and if somebody puts something online that you don't want, you have the right to ask them to take it down. Okay, we're going to materials challenges now. Materials challenges occur most often in libraries when a book is being questioned by anyone. It usually happens when someone wants a book banned or restricted, but the real definition of materials challenge is when someone wants to remove or restrict materials. And usually when this happens, school librarians will have to go through a committee and talk about why this person wants these materials to be restricted or removed, and then based on whatever school district you're in, they will come to a decision about it. Usually you can call the Office of Intellectual Freedom at the American Library Association, and they are very helpful in these instances. And if you want to find a list of frequently challenged books, you can go to ala.org/bbooks, which is banned books, /frequently challenged books. And a few that are on there that I think are really interesting are obviously Harry Potter and the Captain Underpants. Next, we're going to internet ethics. Basically, internet ethics means having proper behavior on the internet. You should be polite and respectful of all people, no matter if they have a different opinion than you. If they are rude to you, you should always be respectful of others. Some examples of computer internet ethics are accepting the internet the way it is. Obviously, you're not going to be able to change very much on it, no matter how hard you try, because the internet is here and it's obviously here to stay. Understanding the sensitivity of information. Don't provide your personal information. Avoid the use of bad language, and don't download copyrighted material. As you hear all the time, piracy is illegal and it is hurtful. And if you violate internet ethics, they can be handled very differently depending on what's going on. It can happen where you will have a confrontation with a person. Sometimes police get involved and you get a citation, and it can even result in imprisonment in very severe cases. And lastly, I have my sources that I used for this presentation, because it would be silly if I plagiarized my own presentation. And that's all. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you learned a lot about professional ethics. Have a good night.